What's going on, party people? So before I get into today's video, I just want to talk about part 1 of this series where I talked about Lord Envy, because some news has come to my attention since I made that video. I didn't know anything about the allegations that were out against him, and I'm not going to get into that in this series either. This isn't really what the channel's about. This isn't a social commentary channel at all. I was literally just making like a chilled video about some YouTubers I used to watch back in the day, and obviously I don't support those kind of actions or anything. That stuff is gross, man. And you can see I've since unsubscribed from Envy since learning about all of that. But I mean, I encourage you to do your own research and look more into that if you're interested. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly say I didn't know anything about that before making that first part. I know now. I will be likely mentioning his channel again in this series going forwards. I mean, I'm planning on making a part about Heat of Fajita. It's kind of tough to talk about that without talking about Envy a little bit. So, yeah, anyways, that shit's gross. And, yeah, back to the video. All right, what's going on? So, yeah, I thought I'd make a part 2 of just OG Wi-Fi battlers from back in the day. I'm actually going to be talking about quite a few that I didn't watch a whole lot, unfortunately, but I do want to just kind of take a look at their YouTube pages and just sort of see what they're at, what they're doing now, how long they've been around, that kind of thing, just like last time, you know. So I'm going to be looking at a few that, yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot back in the day, and then we'll go through a few that I did watch back in the day that I just totally forgot to include in part 1, which, you know, it happens. And I've already got a whole idea kind of mapped out for this series in my head. So in part 3, I'm planning on talking about different like Pokemon fact channels, because that was definitely a thing back in the day and still a thing today, obviously. But there are a few that I want to just shout out and talk about in part 3. But in this one, yeah, I'm just gonna be looking at some more Wi-Fi battlers from back in the day. ShadyPenguinn is a very successful one, who you can see is still doing his thing. He's still uploading Pokemon content to this day. And yeah, he's one that I think came up with Hayden kind of around that same time as Hayden. And oh, please tell me my internet's not... Ugh. Okay, whatever, hopefully this loads soon. But yeah, he came up... Oh, there we go. He came up around the same time as Hayden. See the videos from 12 years ago. I kind of thought he was around before then, but... that's fine. Damn, look at that hair. And you know, he did some Pokemon Let's Plays, you know, and then the Wi-Fi battles here as well. And you know, nothing really too much to say. I didn't watch his channel a whole lot back in the day. You can see it's a Gen 6 announcement here. Gen 6 was so hype when it came out, when it was new. It really was. I don't know. Going from Gen 5 to Gen 6 felt like a really, really big deal back in the day. You know, I don't know, something felt special about that, and that's another video I was thinking about making too, just kind of a looking back on that transition from Gen 5 into Gen 6, because I feel like that was, honestly, I feel like that's the biggest jump we've seen in Pokemon history, just in terms of like the difficulty of the games and just going from 2D to 3D. It felt really big, and maybe that's just how I'm remembering it, but honestly, he doesn't even have too many Wi-Fi battles on his channel if you look. I mean, it's Showdown Lives and stuff, but yeah, it's tough to not talk about ShadyPenguinn. He was very influential. Yeah, that's one I wanted to talk about. Another one that was commented on part 1, which, first of all, thank you. I do appreciate just the feedback and the support and all of that. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But one that I totally forgot was TheKillerNacho. Now, I want to say I never watched TheKillerNacho, but I didn't watch TheKillerNacho a whole lot back in the day. I'm not going to lie. But if you go to his oldest videos, you can see 17 years ago, like, just filming his DS. Like, this guy's about as much of an OG as it gets. I mean, he might be the first to, like, regularly upload Wi-Fi battles, and that was such a big deal back then. Really, not everyone was uploading things, but was uploading Wi-Fi battles. You know, like that was a new thing. It felt like only a selected few had like the technology to do that. Now I know he's probably just like filming his DS, but you know, and then eventually capture cards and things like that would come out. But nowadays you can just do the same kind of trash content I make and just, you know, film your screen while playing Pokemon Showdown. While you know, back then it was a big deal, and it kind of makes me think, like, why didn't I do some of this stuff, you know? Really, I would have enjoyed it. So yeah, no, gotta give some love to the KillerNacho. And you can see if you go to his channel, this is kind of the most remarkable thing too, is he's still going. I mean, this is from 2 weeks ago. He's still uploading like Final Fantasy Tactics videos that aren't getting a whole lot of views, but just the grind, man. 18 years on the platform. Like, that's remarkable, you know? His YouTube channel is like, it's probably an adult. Like, that's pretty wild. Oh wow, that's crazy. Like 2006. Like that's something. So gotta give a shout out to the KillerNacho. And again, if I miss any like big Wi-Fi battlers or anything in this, please let me know in the comments. I'm planning on making this a little bit of a series. Okay, got a funny story about this one. So when I was doing some research, I say research lightly, I didn't do a whole lot of preparation or research for this video, and that's okay. That's how I like to do things, like to just kind of sort of wing it. But I was trying to think, like, okay, who was that YouTuber that made the Magikarp sweeps back in the day, where they like hacked their game and just like swept opponents with like a hacked Magikarp or whatever? And I was just thinking back to like, oh yeah, it's that guy that Shofu battled against. It was BlakBlastoise, right? And then I go to his channel, I go to his popular videos, and I'm like, wait a second, where's that super popular Magikarp video? I don't see it. So I was like, what's going on? And then I realized, oh, it's not BlakBlastoise. It was PIMPNITE. I was thinking of the whole time. So there you go. I mean, I could have just looked up Magikarp sweep, but yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll give BlakBlastoise a bit of a feature in here too. I mean, I didn't watch his channel back in the day, but you can see here, like, also like 16 years ago, like crazy. You know, OG. 18 years ago. I mean, another one of the first, really. Look at the quality of that. That's like absolutely insane. Tower Tycoon Palmer. Shout out to Tower Tycoon Palmer. What the hell is that video? Oh my god. Okay, no. Okay, well, anyways, BlakBlastoise. PIMPNITE, yeah, so PIMPNITE, another OG Wi-Fi battler from back in the day. You can still, he's still uploading stuff to this day, which is cool. Taking a look at his most popular videos, I mean, yeah, there's the Magikarp sweep. I mean, that 19 million views. I mean, that's insane. We don't need to click on that. I mean, I don't know what. Hopefully this video doesn't get. I mean, I want to say it gets not demonetized because my channel's not even monetized, but yeah, I can't control what pops up on these thumbnails here. But yeah, no, he's still doing his thing. You know, I mean, you can say what you want about like the hacked gameplay videos. You know, I never really was too interested in that, but I see why they get views. He understood the assignment. He understood how to get views on YouTube back in the day. So respect for that. And yeah, he's just post Pokemon content. You know, lots of Wi-Fi battles from back in the day. Go to his oldest videos here. Yeah, 16 years ago. Gen 4 Wi-Fi battles. It's pretty cool. It's cool when you look at who they went up against, and you start to see some like familiar names there too, and how that whole community just sort of built up. I say that as I look and I don't recognize like any of these. I know he's battled against like Shofu and stuff, but yeah, wow, I don't recognize any as I say that. But anyways, it doesn't matter. This guy's an OG. And then you get the Caterpie sweep videos like pretty early in his YouTube career too. So that's yeah, it's pretty dope. Another one I want to talk about. Now his channel now goes by KashifVGC, but back in the Wi-Fi battle days, he was infamously, I don't say infamously known, but he was known as Sucker for Jessica, which is always like, that's always a YouTube channel name I always found like kind of cringe, as I'm sure many people do, because I mean I would always just ask myself, like, is he still with this Jessica person? That, like, I mean, probably not. Maybe, you know, like that's so awkward if he's not. Nah, I don't know, but he's since changed it, probably understanding that's kind of cringe. And I don't even know if he posts VGC content. You can see he hasn't posted a video in like 4 years, so his channel's pretty inactive. You know, that video is not even like a VGC video, so I don't know. He did kind of do a bit of a rebrand here, but I mean, if you go to his oldest videos, he's been around the block. 14 years ago, I felt like he was around before that, though. Maybe not, but his first video was against Shofu, which is like, you know, it kind of showed you that he knew some people, I guess. I mean, I would always see his name mentioned in like Shofu videos and Hayden videos, just kind of as like the opponent, you know. So, oh, Pokemon King for Life, I probably should have talked about him too, but I'll get to WileChase in just a second here. But yeah, no, I didn't watch Sucker for Jessica a whole lot back in the day, but he was around. Didn't really see like a ton of popularity either, but he was around back in the day, and you know, he got featured on Shofu's channel and Hayden's channel, so you know, it's a big deal. Another one that I want to talk about is Blame Truth. Now, you might be looking at this and being like, where's all the Pokemon? This is just like, I don't know, Family Guy, Call of Duty, like what's going on? This isn't a Pokemon channel. Well, if you go to his popular videos, first of all, that's where you start to see, oh, okay, there's some Pokemon stuff here, but it's just interesting because you go to the oldest videos, just COD, lots of COD. You keep going, just more and more Call of Duty, more and more Call of Duty, and more Call of Duty, and there you go. Start to see some Pokemon content randomly, and MMA also randomly. And then you keep scrolling, you'll start seeing the Wi-Fi battles pop in there. I swear. Man, this guy made a lot of content back in the day. Like, holy crap. There we go. So, I mean, quite the diversity on his channel, right? Like UFC, Wi-Fi battles, and then a lot of COD. A lot of COD. Yeah. Yeah, and he battled against Hayden, the Flaming Spade. Like, you know, he was a Sucker for Jessica. There you go. So, he was around the block as well. TheKillerNacho, 14 years ago. Lots of battles against Hayden, so yeah, but you know, kind of leaned into the COD and the COD content, and then, you know, just kind of as the internet goes, he just sort of leaned into one niche eventually, which, you know, this is straight up a COD channel, 100% now. I mean, no question about it, really. But he's still going, still uploading, still doing his thing. You know, it's all Call of Duty now. Yeah, I don't see anything that looks remotely Pokemon in here now, but yeah, another OG Wi-Fi battler. Again, I didn't watch his content back in the day either, but do want to give a shout out here. Okay, another channel that I didn't watch too much back in the day. Probably more than some of the other ones I've talked about so far today already, but I do want to talk about WileChase, who's since actually transitioned, so, you know, congrats, that's cool, staying true to yourself and all that. I don't know how to pronounce her name now, obviously Alyseium, there, I probably said it right there, but yeah, and she's still uploading to this day, kind of, sort of, but it seems like she's leaned more into the Yu-Gi-Oh side of things now. That's kind of, I mean, even back in the day, WileChase was, you know, playing around with Yu-Gi-Oh quite a bit too. But WileChase definitely an OG Wi-Fi battler, no question about that. And I think that she probably deleted some older videos too, because she was definitely around more than 13 years ago. I'm sure of it. Anyways, maybe there was a different channel. That's probably what it was, which will also be another thing I'll mention later on with a different YouTuber I'm gonna talk about in this video. But yeah, WileChase around the block again, like in that whole kind of Shofu cohort, right? There's Tony Flygon. There you go. Is that Tony Flygon playing OU? That's unusual. I think. I don't know. I don't want to act like I'm like this big Tony Flygon fan, but I always think Ubers when I think Tony Flygon. Yeah, I know WileChase did some of the body bag videos for Shofu back in the day too. Infamously called Shofu a bitch in his video, which is hilarious. That's a body bag classic. I suggest to go and look that up. But nice NBZ featured in there too. So yeah, WileChase, really important part of this community back in the day too. And then yeah, eventually transitioned into Yu-Gi-Oh content, which I gotta respect. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is a great game. Oh, don't know what I did there. Yu-Gi-Oh is a great game. You know, I mean, it's not something I ever got big into, but I've always had a lot of respect for the Yu-Gi-Oh community. So, and the game, right? So, yeah. Shouts to Alyseium, WileChase. Definitely an OG from back in the day. Okay, now we're actually gonna talk about something that I did watch back in the day. You know, so hopefully something I can give a little bit more commentary on, I guess. I mean, I haven't checked out the ThePikaWu's channel in a very, very, very long time. And as you can see, neither has he. Or at least when it comes to uploading content. So he hasn't posted a video for 6 years, and even then it was like getting spotty. So his channel definitely came and went. I mean, he was last uploading regularly in, this looks like Gen 6, yeah. Yen Oras, which is pretty crazy, you know. So yeah, the ThePikaWu, I feel like the ThePikaWu was like, this was one of the first Wi-Fi battlers where I was like, okay, this person is good and knows their stuff and knows, you know, how to be successful in like the lower tiers especially. He really leaned into like UU and NU and that kind of stuff. Because like with channels like Hayden, and I mean props to Hayden, right? And I'm not saying Hayden wasn't like a good player at all, but it was just kind of like the ThePikaWu felt, it felt a lot more knowledgeable, you know? Like this was the channel you went to if you wanted to get better at Pokemon back then, right? If you wanted to watch content where you could be entertained while you eat supper or whatever, and also learn a bit more about the meta. That's how I felt anyways. I don't know if others would agree with it. Let me know if you agree with it. But, you know, because most popular videos, and yeah, it's just Wi-Fi battles. Again, he had the whole layout system too. I feel like he was one of the first to really adopt that as well, which is like really helpful. Even had the question marks there too to let you know which Pokemon haven't been revealed yet. Also for Black and White, that's kind of weird that there's stuff not revealed, but here in like this one, it kind of makes sense, right? In Gen 4 battles and whatnot. But yeah, and if we go to his oldest videos, he's been around the block. He had Gen 4 content 15 years ago. He had a good run. He's just not really doing anything now, it looks like. Hopefully there's no allegations or anything I don't know about. I mean, again, if you know anything about these YouTubers that I don't know or I didn't mention, let me know in the comments. I mean, I've definitely I've had patches of time where I've just kind of fallen off the Pokesphere. So, you know, like with the MV thing at the start of this video, like I didn't know anything about that. You know, so feel free to give an update on anything going on with these guys if you know anything. But yeah, the ThePikaWu, I mean, to me, the first like really knowledgeable Poketuber, I feel like, anyways, Wi-Fi battler. But let me know. I mean, I feel like the ThePikaWu was seriously, he knew his stuff back in the day. So yeah, go check out his channel. Another one that I forgot to mention that I wanted to talk about actually doesn't have a whole lot of success on their channel, but I used to watch this guy all the time. itzGator. He was part of the whole like PokMD collective as well. It's funny, this was originally going to be like a fajita retrospective video, which I think I'll do eventually. I'm sure people would like to see that. But this part 2 kind of evolved into something else because there were so many YouTubers that I wanted to cover that I didn't cover in part 1. Even ones I didn't watch like at the beginning of this video. But yeah, itzGator. And you can see he hasn't uploaded in about a year here. So, and he had about like a 2-year span, I guess, here where it's just like update videos and then actually made an update, which is pretty funny. So yeah, pretty inconsistent over the past like 5 years or so. But yeah, he was part of the whole like PokMD fajita crew. Man, my internet is bad today. If we look at his most popular videos here, Chansey stall. Oh, it's just a single Chansey. Wow, okay. Taking a page out of the PIMPNITE book there. Yeah, there you go, Joey PK. So you know how it is. That's 12 years ago, so he's been around the block as well. I remember when he did a face reveal. That was like a big deal to me, anyways. And he actually lives in Japan, or at least when his channel was big, he lived in Japan, which is pretty cool. I mean, you can tell from how he talks, he's probably like American or something like that, or Canadian, but lives in Japan, which is like a really cool perspective too. And we look at his oldest ones. Yeah, he's like posting videos from like Pokemon Online and Wi-Fi battles. So he's been around the block. I feel like I was a little late to his channel, but yeah, no, good stuff. Did the Let's Play thing like everyone did at one point or another, right? It feels like all these channels always did Let's Plays too. Even Hayden and Shofu, you know, that was kind of the thing to do. And it's funny. If I kind of wish I was doing that stuff back then, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Now, the last person I'm going to talk about today is a channel called MrJamvad. I think somebody mentioned this on Discord, on the Zets Discord. I'm trying to remember. It might have been Tetra or someone was talking about MrJamvad. And someone was talking about MrJamvad. Or maybe just randomly came into my head. I don't know. But yeah, Jamvad's another one I want to talk about really quick here. Now, as you can see here, he's actually like done with Pokemon YouTube. His arc took an interesting turn as well. But I looked at the oldest videos, and it's like only 5 years ago. That doesn't make sense. But then you realize, oh, his original account was hacked. And if you go to his original page, you can see that there's only like 2 videos there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I go home. Oh yeah, I mean he got tagged in like PokMD's videos, but yeah, I mean his account got hacked at some point, so there you go. And you know, he was also kind of part of that like fajita collective, which again I'll make a video on that eventually, right? That's not really what I'm planning for like the next video here, but he's been around and had insightful competitive analysis. And what's interesting about his story is after he left YouTube, and if you watch this video, you'll see he links to it. It's pretty funny. He's posting like, how do I word this? Like, he says it's not a red pill channel somewhere. This isn't red pill therapy or manipulation. Just random tips about like, you know, being a man and meeting women and stuff like that. And there's a lot of videos on, actually not too many, but I mean, if this is what you're interested in, cool, bro. I just kind of feel like, I mean, there's probably so much of this stuff on the internet now, and I've always had kind of the mindset, I'm like, nobody knows, right? You just gotta like live your life and be a good person. I understand some people need direction and stuff, but I've always found this kind of content very, very cheesy. That's just me. you know, I would recommend, like, I mean, I don't know, this guy probably just lost interest in Pokemon and maybe saw a path forward with this kind of content, but I've always thought this stuff was silly personally. Let me know what you feel about red pill alpha male content in the comments, please. Anyways, yeah, I mean, that's all I really want to talk about this one. In the next video, I want to talk about some Pokemon fact channels. I don't want to see too much more there. Probably not going to talk about quite as many channels as I did in the last two videos here, but yeah, thanks for supporting the series. Thanks for supporting the channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, all of that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.